So as we head into the weekend, the controversial movie, The Odyssey, has already cracked over $700 million at the box office, certainly on track to reach $1 billion. Now, remember, the main character, Odysseus, is considered a hero in the poem by those old ancient Greek standards because he was backed by Athena. But are people these days flocking to the movie because they're looking for a hero? You know, I recently read a blog that was titled, "Why Do Humans Create Heroes?" And they laid out how stories become values that actually shape civilization. They call it the hero experience loop. But do we need these stories? And the question is, should we be looking closer at the real world around us if we do need heroes? I mean, think about it. We talked about it on this show all week. Stock market investors, we want Kevin Walsh to do heroic things, make our portfolio go up. MAGA voters certainly consider President Trump a hero, but you know, there's a whole other side of the country that does not. And people are all grappling for their own hero, even looking past the dark history of socialism in this country. So I'm going to bring in our power panel, Fox Business contributor, Mansion Global host Katrina Campins, along with Federalist elections correspondent Brianna Lyman. Ladies, thanks a lot for joining. You know, it's amazing to me that we have this need for it right now, this need that we're grappling. And I think that's part of the success with the Odyssey movie.
I think a lot of young kids now are looking to athletes, you know, as heroes. And I've always believed that your hero should be your future self, striving to be the best version of yourself. And I had this conversation with my 8-year-old because he loves Ronaldo and he loves all these soccer stars. And I said to him, listen, when I was a kid, people loved New Kids on the Block and they wanted autographs, but I never understood it. It was always a little odd to me. So I give him this whole lecture about how he should strive to be the best version of himself. And he just nods and says, yeah, I still like Ronaldo. And so I think that fame has taken over. You know, everybody's just looking at who's famous rather than who's doing the right thing, about integrity, who's keeping their word, and who's doing the challenging things when nobody's looking. You
know, this hero loop has the reality, the story, the hero identification, values, which it's hard to get a value from, you know, maybe someone can dunk a basketball or something, action, legacy. That's what all goes into it, right?
Yeah, and I think to Katrina's point, you know, obviously we lionize athletes and celebrities because they do generate billions of dollars, so they're all over your screen all the time. But we don't lionize the firefighters, the cops, the average people who run into danger and actually preserve America as it is. And it doesn't mean you can't admire athletic excellence or people who are really skilled actors, you know, Al Pacino, sure. But it does mean, to your point, we should be encouraging young people to look up to people who have those kind of virtues and ethics of our everyday average heroes.
So the question is could we ever as a nation have someone that could be heroic to all Americans, could cut across all boundaries, political? I mean, is there such, I mean, maybe in hindsight, it felt like a JFK or, you know, a Ronald Reagan to a degree. You know, even Democrats now say, yeah, he was a great president. But it seems like that stuff happens long after the fact.
Nowadays, it's so difficult because everything is so polarizing. Like I just posted that I always loved Oprah growing up. I watched her show all the time. And, you know, some Republicans didn't like that I said that, but that's the truth. And so I think it's really difficult to say that you look up to someone now because everything does become political. And lastly, I want to say I've represented in real estate over 350 athletes, entertainers, and celebrities, and they all have the same problems, the same issues, the same trauma, and we're all made out of the same fabric at the end of the day.
More money, more problems.
You know, I think there's one person who up until recently was pretty much lionized, and actually now there's a comeback, George Washington. Even when he was alive, he was lionized as the universal hero of America, unlike anybody else of that time period, which is why he was considered
the father of this country. Well, you can only have one father of the country.
Right, one father of the country. And now with young Washington coming out, I do think people are trying to find those good American heroes, especially as we've seen over the past decade. You know, Thomas Jefferson statues were ripped down. He was a hero at one point in time universally, and now he's a contentious figure because he's irredeemably racist and sinful. So I do think that as we've seen over the past 10 years, as politics become more divisive, there are no universal heroes to be had.
And I think it's the anarchists that are doing this. That's the label I put on these folks. You know, did you guys see this kid, the 16-year-old kid who made the heroic? Look at this. This is like, I get goosebumps. I mean, just the effort that was made. Apparently, they're going to try to get him to visit the White House. Someone like that is like, that's a hero, a selfless kind of person. He's young. You know, I know we have a lot of those people in our country. And maybe we need to start finding and focusing on them a little bit.
This made me so emotional, and it gave me goosebumps as well, because he's such a young kid and he has so much courage, which is difficult to find nowadays. It's difficult to find people that put others before themselves. And so kudos to him, and I hope he does make it to the White House.
Yeah, and this is the kind of young gentleman that needs to be made larger than life instead of the Luigi Mangione types who has a whole fan base. He doesn't have a whole fan base, but he deserves it more than anyone else.
He certainly does. All right, I'm going to flip the script a little bit. Because you guys are talking about sports. Maybe the other part of the so-called toxic masculinity. When I saw this poll, I kind of flipped out. So 41% of men under 30 said they could definitely make a World Cup.
I love this though because it shows confidence, Charles.
Yes.
And you know what? So many people in general don't have confidence. So when young kids talk, like my son, he's like, I'm going to be a soccer superstar, and I'm like, well, what do you mean you're going to be like? Maybe you should go to college. Nope, I'm going to be a soccer star. I'm like, alrighty, well, I'm not going to take that confidence away from you.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that's the same way that all men think, I could easily run into that burning building and save 20 people. I think it's easier to be a Monday morning quarterback than it is to actually play the game.
What was that guy, man? The movie, it was like the weird movie, and the guy said I could throw this football. Golly, someone's going to remember. Someone in control room got to remind me of that movie.
And it is the Monday morning quarterback. Yeah. That's so true.
The other area maybe is AI or technology. People are looking for that. But here's the thing that's crazy. The big stories this week, there's rogue AI. So last week it was OpenAI, and apparently it's now Anthropic. Are you guys concerned? Like, this is where a lot of people see, particularly the people who create these, like the scientists who create this, these are like Dr. Frankensteins. They really sincerely believe that AI is human beings, our salvation. And so, I mean, do you have any faith in technology somehow leading?
I scare myself sometimes because I do use ChatGPT a lot, and I find myself talking to this machine as if it's a person. I'm saying please and thank you. It responds back to me about my family and so forth. So I think it's very easy to get caught up on it. But I also do believe that with all this technology and loss of connection, it's making people value the importance of life. So ironically, I'm seeing it in real estate, people wanting to buy farms and multi-generational living, people going back to really spending time with their kids and their family members.
They're trying to push back and sever this thing.
I'm seeing it so much now. Like farm life has become the it thing because technology.
Without cell phone retirement. I love the idea. Personally, I do like the idea.
I mean, look, I'm someone who's very worried about AI, and I think that, we see these AI robots in
Do you become more
classrooms.
worried, though, when it becomes rogue? Like these programs, they put them in what they call a sandbox. They break out of the sandbox and they attack the first thing they see. I mean, does that make you a little bit like, okay, do we put that on the scale? We say, no, we're going to go full steam ahead. It's all AI. Talk to me, ChatGPT.
I think that eventually these computerized, robots, whatever it is, are going to become too powerful because they're coding themselves eventually, and you don't know what they're going to be capable of. And we're putting them in classrooms at this point, so that's even more dangerous.
Which is a very, very important topic because if that happens, everybody needs to pull their kids out of school. Yeah, and homeschool.
At the farm.
At the farm, exactly.
There you go.
This is what I said. It's like that's what needs to happen. And now we all live, simple
I pride
lives.
this show on being solutions oriented. You guys just solved everything just then.
Hey, we're happy to do it.
By the way, the movie is Napoleon Dynamite, right? They got it.
Oh, with the uncle, Uncle Rico.
I bet you I can throw this football over the mountain. Ladies, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.